doing? What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room. What you doing? What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.
Going on? It is the Break Room podcast on a Wednesday, halfway of the work week, halfway of everything. Halfway of everything. This is the part of the week where you got to make decisions. Got to look at your money, see if your money bossed up, how much you gonna spend for the rest of the week. Are you gonna get gas? Are you gonna buy lunch? Are you gonna bring something from the house? Are you gonna make a sandwich? You know, this is Wednesday when you make those decisions about how the rest of your week is gonna go. What's going on with you, Shani?
Just trying to get through these last 2 weeks of track. That's it.
Dope.
Hey, Tamara.
What's up, T?
Happy Wednesday.
Speaking of track, we have a guest today who was all in the news for all the right reasons with her performance in track and field, Tilyah Brooks, who was like number 1 or number 2 in the world. But she is, and I hope I say it right. We'll talk to her when she comes on. She participates in the, oh God, I don't want to say it wrong. Is Heplathlon? I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Shani.
Heptathlon.
That's what she is. Now, is that the name of the division, or that's the name of the sport, or what?
That's the sport. That's the one, I think, where they run over the water and they go over the hurdles on the water, and it's a long race. So you run over there. I mean, you know, when you got to jump over the water and the hurdles and stuff like that.
Right. So it's like she do like 7 different things on track. Like she do the hurdles, she do the full track, she do I had to ask her when she come on, but it's a heptathlon or something. She'll tell us about it when she comes on. But she was like number 1, number 2 in the world, man, and she actually changed track and field in the Olympics, and we'll talk about that when she comes on. Action, what's going on with you, baby?
Oh, so basically, she does the same thing that Bruce Jenner did, that he got his gold medal for, except for on the female side. Yeah, that's what Bruce Jenner got his gold medal for.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or now, what's her name? Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin. So. Yeah, nothing, man. Just chilling. Like I was saying, behind the scenes, just getting back from a bike ride. I had to get my miles in, and just doing my thing. I'm glad it's hump day, but according to your description, making sandwiches for lunch every day's hump day for me.
I know that's right. You talking about you was riding your bike? I said you still in gear. We might as well plug the A's ride next year. Tell them about what you're doing, man, with the A's ride. Oh, there you go, right there.
Yeah, Heptathlon. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it's the man.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate that. The A's ride, the registration starts next month, but I see Shani's training. She's inspiring me because Shani's posted. She's back in the gym. I'm like, I got to get on it. I got to stay ready.
One of my neighbors is black, and he rides. And so one day I was taking my trash to the dumpster, and I saw him coming through. And I said, "Where do you ride?" And he was like, he told me where. And he said, "So you ride?" I said, "Well, not really. But my friend got me into this." And I told him about the A's ride, and he might do it. And he said, "Well, anytime you want to go out and ride, just, let me know. I'll ride with you."
Bingo. There you go.
I said, "Okay." But see, this dude rides like 20 miles a day. And like ever since I've spoke to him and met him, like now I notice him, when I see him. But we went to a track meet, I think like the next day after I met him. And so we leaving at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Guess who I see riding a bike down the street?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God. Then I saw him again another day riding that bike. I said, "Ooh, I don't know if I'm ready to ride with him because he
No, you should get it in with an experienced rider because in that way you'll feel safe.
And
They'll
that's
know.
what he say too. That's the same. Yeah, y'all sound just alike.
Yeah, y'all know the road. He knows the road, so it'll be good to go riding with him. He'll take care of you. So it's a good thing, and you don't have to do the whole 20 miles with him. Just start out small and tell him,
I don't have to do the whole 20 miles because some of the neighborhoods he go in, we ain't stopping turning around there.
Yeah, but keep an eye out for it because I know I'm gonna do my part. Shawnee's gonna do her part, and we'll keep you guys informed about the AIDS ride coming up. Again, registration starts next month, so I'm gonna register for the ride next year. San Francisco to Los Angeles, 7 days, 545 miles, all for one cause, and that's to help people living with AIDS and HIV in Los Angeles area, San Francisco area. And the money goes back directly to them, and none of it goes to any of us. So it's all charity. So it's a good cause. So,
and Bink needs to get ready too.
Yeah, somebody got to film.
I'll
be there with my phone.
Somebody got to cheer us on.
That'll be me the whole time. Go! I don't know if y'all heard this. I got Scarface on my TV up above. The rapper Scarface, not the movie, but Scarface had needed a kidney, and he found one. And his son, this is what the report said. I don't have a source, but his son is actually going to give him one of his kidneys. And
Nice.
I'm looking at the interview with him on Drink Champs, and you can just kind of look like something going on there. But maybe what do they call it? Jaundice? Is that what it's called?
Jaundice's eyes are yellow.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't tell.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, well, they drinking. It's on Drink Champs, but he's got really small. You know what I'm saying?
He's on Drink Champ with kidney problems.
Well,
right. That's what I'm like.
I don't know how long this was.
Okay.
I don't know how long this was made. I don't know how long. It could be old. But
even if it's old, you said he looking skinny, so obviously he had kidney problems then. So he on Drink Champs with kidney problems. Shout out to Scarface, though, one of my favorite rappers here.
Well,
he got one of my favorite songs with him and Jay-Z.
Yeah,
guess who's Bazak? And so love.
Oh yeah, let's send prayers up his way. Hopefully, all that'll go well. Yeah, he actually was. His name came up in the verses, and he was like,
that ice is kicking.
Yeah, man.
His name
gotta stay hydrated.
His name came up in the verses, and he was like, "Nah, I ain't really messing with no verses. But if I did have to do one, I would do one against Cube. And here go the stipulation: Face would play Cube music, and Cube would have to play Face music. And Face was like, he'll play the best Cube songs, and Cube would have to play the best Face songs. So that was interesting.
I don't know though. I mean, well, that's hard though. I mean, because not saying that Scarface ain't that man, because he is, but then you gotta think back like how against Cube, how many smacks Cube got a lot. Cube got a whole arsenal. Because you talking about stuff that he could, because if it's a court, well, I don't know. According to rules of versus, he could do NWA stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can go back there. He could, and then when he broke from NWA, oh man, that whole
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, he came out wrecking.
Yeah,
and then you put that up against Scarface. I can't think of too many.
So you got to be a real Face fan,
yeah.
To really understand that verses, because Face got so many album cuts that went hard that never made it to the mainstream, never made it to the charts, but the album was solid. The Diary is one of the most solid albums that I've ever heard in my life. The Diary that came out with Seen a Man Die, and Gangsters with Devin the Dude. So many hits. Jesse James is on that album. Seen a Man Die. It's so many. And then he had another one. It was on the album. Was that what the shit? Guess Who's Back is on this album. My Block, the My Block album.
My Block, yeah.
I forget the name of the album, but that album was ridiculous. So he's had several albums that's just been, great. But Cube has too. Death Certificate alone, America's Most Wanted alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm not saying that it would be a bad versus, but you'd have to be like to understand like the Scarface side of it. You'd have to be like a real Face fan. And the versus is so universal, and I don't know if I don't know if everybody would get the whole Scarface side of it. I mean, we would appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's definitely a great point. But you know. We'll see.
Yeah, My Block. Yeah, My Block was fire. I don't care. Yeah, I love Scarface, man, and just the whole thing.
So we'll see what happens with that. Kanye got an album coming out. Long anticipated album, Donda. A tribute to his mother. Is it Donda or Dondra? I'm sorry, I don't want to mess the mama name up. Yeah, Donda.
Or Danya. Is it Donda? I think it's Donda.
So I know that he's been going around to different cities playing little tracks from the album and bringing his MPC with him. So it'll be interesting to see what this album, brings. Because, Kanye, I mean, it ain't 2007 no more. It's 2021. So the whole landscape of music has changed. But he done picked up his checks outside of the music anyway. People still buying all his clothes, all the Yeezys, all the fashion shows, and he's still doing beats and all that old stuff. But
yeah, and his the promo for the video, the promo for the album, he used Sha'Carri Richardson to put it together, and it played. It was the first commercial after every break for the NBA Finals. So he did a really good job promoting it. I have the video, but it doesn't have any audio on it to the end because it's his song, of course.
Oh, and they cut it out?
I took it out because it's his song. So
right, and then they'll cut it out.
Yeah, they will
yank us real quick.
Yeah, they will shut us down. So if I can get it downloaded real quick, it's downloading now.
Yeah, because if he came after Walmart, he's definitely coming after us.
Here it is. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, who y'all think will go hard with a versus on Kanye? Kanye and who?
Kanye would have to go against. It would have to be like a Jay-Z or somebody.
It got to be a Drake.
Kanye has written so many songs that he didn't perform. Like Kanye got a ridiculous catalog.
Yeah, it got to be on the Drake category. It got to be like Kanye and Drake, because they can go hit for hit. Drake got some bangers.
But Kanye got more than him.
Yeah, I'm not saying Kanye.
I don't know.
Kanye got more than, because remember, it's writing.
Right.
Jay-Z song, that Blueprint album, that's Kanye.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they can go pound for pound. But Kanye got a lot.
He's a $6 billion man. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Pusha T. Tim,
sit down.
And Kanye, girl, nah.
Survey says.
Oh, well, no, I was about to say something even. I was about to say. I was about to say 2 Chainz, but no. Okay, I got it. Y'all ready for this? The next verses: Kanye West versus Lil Wayne. That's it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. And Lil Wayne done sold his whole catalog. So does it?
And Wayne didn't really write a lot because he
all he got about writing just a song.
No, but I'm saying, but even his songs, even his songs though, he ain't got enough hits to go against Kanye.
Wait a minute. I think we made a mistake. You said Wayne don't have enough hits to go against Kanye.
No.
Both of y'all.
No.
You're the ex-music director of the
You talking about pound for pound? You got to go again where Ye's, like Shawnee says, Ye's writing credits. He wrote
for every song Kanye wrote, Wayne got at least 4 songs to match. At least. Remember, the block is, the whole Cash Money stuff started coming out in 1997. Like all the Big Timer stuff that Wayne was on, all the Juvie stuff that Wayne was on, all the Hot Boy stuff that Wayne was on.
Yeah, but it all wasn't a hit though. It all wasn't a hit.
Yeah, it was.
Kanye stuff wasn't a hit either, not all of it.
Majority of it. We did the whole Blueprint album. We did the whole Blueprint.
Tam said, "What about Common?" The problem with that is,
Common's good, but no.
But Kanye wrote most of Common stuff.
Kanye is on a whole. I mean, we be on him about doing crazy stuff, but Kanye is on a whole nother level.
He got a lot of writing credits, a lot of music credits.
Yeah, so I don't.
Yeah, but I don't think Wayne wants that smoke. Yeah, Wayne don't want that smoke with Kanye.
I think that'd be the best, one of the best verses ever.
You can put Kanye and Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have the answer because Sway don't have the answers. Kanye got the answer. We just kind of sleeping on him a little bit.
Man.
No, we look at it as crazy and we don't want to deal with it. But it's like if you really sit down and say like, okay, just think of him as an artist. Come on, man. Dude's a genius. He's a genius, man.
I gotta find this video, man. I don't know if y'all remember. That boy they was doing a paparazzi following him, and he was with Kim Kardashian. It was the sun. It was a nice day outside, and he was walking, and he was so worried about the paparazzi, he wasn't paying attention to where he was going, and he ran right into that stop sign. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about when he was walking, he knocked the hell out of himself, like bow. He's like, no more photos. Boom. Oh, it was as funny as Eminem.
Eminem and Kanye? No.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Shawnee. Sorry.
Yeah.
I like Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne and Kanye. I like that.
No, I like Jay-Z or either Drake and Kanye.
Yeah.
I like Jay-Z and Drake. I like that.
Fun.
I like Jay-Z and Drake, and I like Wayne and Kanye. Let's check out this commercial.
I mean, there's no audio on it to the end, but it starts out. This is Sha'Carri Richardson. I mean, you would really need to hear the song to feel the impact. But I mean, when it starts out, you like, well, dang, who is it? When you see them nails, you kind of got an idea who it is. But this is what played like coming out of every break, every time they went to the break for the NBA finals yesterday. Talk about marketing. And then like I'm like we said, he's just a genius because to put her on there, you'd have to hear the song that's playing to make it make sense with what she went through with the Olympics.
He's done miracles on me.
So, of course, it's with Beats because I think she has an endorsement now with Beats.
I'm sure she do. I
mean, it's really not a bad thing. She ain't go to the Olympics, but she still getting them checks coming in.
Cha-ching!
They're still coming in. Like, ain't nothing stopped. It's like, all right, girl.
Speaking of somebody about to get a check, I told you earlier, we got a special guest today, and she is rewriting track and field, in my opinion. She was ranked top. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 or anything higher than 1 or 2. Anything can you be higher than 1 or 2? Yeah, like
1 plus.
What's higher than 1?
There's
1 plus.
Well, she up on that level.
She 1 plus.
She got a chance to run in the Olympic trials, and I want her to share her story. I mean, we heard about it. Everybody around the world heard it. I got ties to her because me and her dad went to college together. I'm dating myself, but I mean, he my people, my boy Scooby. I know he watching. Y'all give it up for Tilyah Brooks in the building, man. She a legend in her own mind. And she's wonderful, and we love the look, we love the hair. And while you was running in them Olympic trials, T, like you was doing your thing, man. Talk about that experience, like being a part of that whole Olympic run trial.
It was crazy. I think There's not a track meet in the United States quite like the Olympic trials. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of pressure because the team is so hard to make. But being out in front of all those people, like you train years for that, and to be in front of like true track fans, it's a lot of fun. It didn't turn out, how we wanted to this year, but I'm looking forward to going back in 3 years and hopefully, a little redemption and make that team.
Oh, no doubt. It's going to be so much sweeter when you make the team and you get the gold and all that stuff. We'll remember this date because like she was on the break room, talking about the next time, and the next time is here. And she got the gold and we rocking and everything. Talk about, because see, what people don't know, I don't know. I'm not a track guy, but in between the big Olympics, that's every 4 years. So in between that stuff, what are track athletes like yourself? What are you doing? I mean, are you working out just to get ready for the Olympics, or are there other races in between? Because I don't ever see that stuff on TV, or maybe I just don't know where or when to look.
No, yeah. So we have a track season every single year. So next year there will be, the U.S. is actually hosting World Championships for the first time, I think, ever. The U.S. is hosting World Championships, and that's essentially the next best thing to the Olympics. So you have the Olympics, you have World Championships, and it's the same thing, just taking away the Olympic title. So we're hosting that next year, but in between we have seasons like everybody else. The biggest track meets to go to are called Diamond League track meets, and that's mostly what you see on NBC. So there's those each year, like maybe 10, and then there's a Diamond League final. So even after the Olympics is over, we still have a second half of our season. So I'll be going to Europe the second half of August, and I'll be in Europe for a couple weeks competing. Because in Europe, track is huge. It's kind of like how football is here. The track stadiums are huge. They all look like the new stadium in Oregon.
Right.
It's regular in Europe. It was new for us to have a big stadium like that here, but in Europe, everybody knows who you are. They have pictures of you. They want autographs. It's a lot of fun. So we do that. We mostly run in Europe in the off years, and then we make world indoor teams, world championship teams, and then every 4 years the Olympic team.
I had another question. When I think of track, like, let's just say, again, I'm not the track guy. I just, I know Carl Lewis, I know FloJo. What's the other girl name? She married to a track star. Is it Gail Devers? No, it's not her. Is that a track person, Gail Devers?
Yes.
Okay, but it's
Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Jackie Joyner Kersey. And her husband, because her husband is a Sigma.
Bobby Kersey.
And him.
Mm-hmm.
So who are I got two questions for you, T. Who is some of your influences for track? But the other question is, how did you know you wanted to run track? Because like my son was in track for about a month, and I know that we pulled up. He had a track meet. We got there at 9:00, and we left about 6:19 that night. And I was like, no, we ain't doing this no more. I mean, there's so many different what do you call it? So many different races, so many different competitions,
so many events.
Like, how did you know what you want to do? And I ask you the next question after this. But explain, how did you know you want to be a track star? Or did you?
My dad, no, I did not want to run track. I wanted to play basketball. I did both growing up, but my dad made us all run track. And he would tell us, like, well, we can't afford to pay for y'all to go to college. So either you get a scholarship or you go into the Army. But when you graduate, like, you have a house. So that's kind of where we started.
That sounds familiar, Carly?
Track. What'd you say?
I was asking my daughter behind me, does that sound familiar?
Oh, yes.
I ain't paying for college either.
They were not playing with us. So, the older I got, the better I got. I was very highly recruited, and I went to Arkansas, and I did very well there. And then it turned into a professional career. I've always wanted to make the Olympic team, but I never thought about running track professionally because I didn't know what that looked like growing up.
Yeah.
Again, we don't talk about that much here, but like professional meets are not all day like that. So the professional meets are maybe 2 hours max, an hour and a half, That's it. And they don't do all of those events. The meet directors kind of pick and choose what events they're going to have. So we're not out there all day like we are growing up, but it's different. It's a very hard sport, but it's fun once you're at the track meets, but practice is not fun. Practice.
Yeah, I mean, if you fast like you are, I bet it is fun because you win all the time.
I don't win all the time, but those girls in Europe and I mean the Americans, they be running. But practice is hard. Like you'll be laid out on the track. You just come to kill yourself every single day. The track meet's the easy part. Y'all see like the glamorous, everybody's dressed up, hair done, nails done. But practice is a whole different the dogfight at practice.
Now, here's another question I got. Explain, because I was talking about you before you came on, and me and Shawnee in action we're talking about the kappa. Oh hell, I'm about to mess it up. Hold on. Hepatite. Hepatine.
Hepatitis B. Hepatitis B.
T. Explain what that is, because you like number one in that, or the heplatine. Is that it? Heplatine?
Heptathlon. You close.
Explain that, because that's like once I read about it, I'm like, it's 7 different competitions, and like speak on that, because you obviously excelled really well. And is that a division, or that's the name, or
that's the name of it? So you have like the 100, you got the 200, you have the heptathlon. It's 7 events, but it's technically only one event, and you do it over 2 days. So on the first day, we do the 100 hurdles, high jump, shot put, and the 200. And then we come back the next day and we do the long jump, the javelin, and the 800. And basically, the better you do in each of those events, you get more points. So if you run a certain time in the hurdles, you get a certain amount of points. And whoever has the most points at the end wins the whole heptathlon.
So, and what, I'm so mesmerized, you might have just said I wasn't paying attention. Can you say what each event is in the heptathlon?
Yes. So we'll go in order. We got the 100 hurdles first.
100 hurdles. So that's jumping over the things.
Yeah.
Right?
100 meters over some hurdles, and then high jump, and that's where you jump over the bar like backwards.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then we throw the shot
you like what? You wait, hold on before you go to that, because you was like what, about 6'7", something like that. Your high jump was about 6'7", right?
6'1".
6'1", okay. No, I thought you jumped to 6'4" one time. Okay, well.
Oh no, that's high.
Okay, well 6'1", that's good. Okay, all right.
Yes. And then we got the shot put, so you got to channel your big man inside. The little ball.
Okay, my other niece, her sister does that, right, Shawnee?
Yeah, Tamara, she's sitting right here. She just out of frame.
So we got 2 future track stars, and I wanted to make sure they was a part of this conversation. They got some questions for you too, but she out of frame. But the track star is behind you. That's up to your left. That's Carly right there. Carly, you gonna say hello? Are you kidding me? So you said the shot put.
Rolled off.
Yep,
the shot put.
And then we run the 200. So that's the last event on day 1, the 200.
And that's around the whole track two times, right?
No. That's only half a lap.
Oh, half. I'm telling you, I don't know. That's why I wanted you on here, T, so you can school me and school everybody else who watch our show. For real. Y'all laughing. I'm being for real, man.
You are so track illiterate.
Yes. Then on day 2, we come back in long jump. So that's where you run and jump into the sand.
Okay. Now I know about that.
And then we throw the javelin, and that's like the spear, the long spear. It looked like you hunting for.
Right.
Yeah, it's the long stick. And then we run the 800, which is 2 laps.
2 laps around the whole track, 2 times.
That's the last event. Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you get do you get to choose if you be on the outside or the inside, or they tell you where to go? I always wondered that.
They tell you where to go based off of how fast you ran before, like based off your personal best and your season best. That's what lane you get.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a preference for you? Is there a preference to be on the outside or the inside or the middle? or?
In the 200, I like to be in the middle or the outside, not the inside. The inside is the worst. Like
Really?
lane 1 or 2, I don't want lane 1 or 2, but 3 and up, I can do 3 or up. And then the 800, it doesn't really matter because you're all gonna cut into lane 1 anyways.
Wow. We and we're in. I'm gonna switch gears just for a minute. We're in a time where being black is cool. You know what I'm saying? With all the stuff that's, happened from last year around this time with George Floyd, Philando Castile, Breonna Taylor, and anything that we do as a people that stands out, gets a lot of attention. So you have no idea. I'm talking about UT. You have no, well, I mean, you probably do because, I mean, you've been around the world and all that stuff, but the lives that you are touching, that's why I had you on the radio station earlier today, because of the calls of people calling in, talking about you, your look, they saying you the second coming of FloJo, just all that. I had to call Scooby. I'm sorry. I had to call your dad and like, hey man, can I get her, on my station? Can I get on the podcast? Because what you are doing with track, is bringing light to it, and it's inspiring, young kids around the world. And I know what I'm talking about because 2 of my nieces who are in the frame right there, they run track right now, and they wanted to be a part of this show, and they had some questions for you. Carly, Tamron, this is Tilyah. Did y'all say hello to y'all? Introduce yourself. Y'all say hello.
Hi. Hi, girls.
So go ahead, y'all. Y'all got a question for T?
Yes. What are your fastest times?
Let's see. And what events? What events you want to hear about?
All of them.
All of them? Okay.
Whoa.
So in the 100 hurdles, I ran 12:61 at Olympic trials. That's my fastest time. I think that's number 7 in the U.S. right now. And let's see, my next best event is the long jump, and I jumped. My best is 22 feet and 3 inches, which is kind of far. High jump 6'1", and the 200 I ran 23:10 at Olympic trials, and that's my fastest time. But I like the high jump I like the long jump and the hurdles the best. Those are my 2 favorite events.
Tell them what you run.
I run the 100 and the 200,
Ooh.
and my track coach said that she would put me on hurdles this
Oh,
year.
you run the 100. That means you're fast. You speed. I wish I was fast enough to run the 100.
My fastest times are for the 100, 13.5, 200, 29 flat, and that's it. That's all the times I have.
Oh, you're doing it. You're in the right direction. You just keep on going. You're just going to keep getting faster the older you get. And maybe one day you run in college and run professional and make it to the Olympics yourself.
Tamron?
I throw shot put, and that's the only thing I do for now. But they said they might put me on the 100 and the 200 next year. And my farthest throw this season was 2010.
20.1.
20.1, and my farthest throw ever was 24. I don't know.
Oh, that's good. I didn't throw the shot put as young as you. So you're already ahead of the game. You're on the field, getting on the track. So y'all are doing it. Yes, y'all are doing it.
What age did you start running?
I started running when I was 4 years old. We used to run on a little dirt track in our hometown in Wichita Falls. There was a dirt track that we ran on. And yeah, I ran from the time I was 4. I'm still running now, and I'm 26 now.
How do you deal with losing?
Oh, how to
What
deal
a
with
great question.
That's a good question. That is a good question. Nobody likes to lose, but I think every time I step on the track, there's a learning experience, whether I run fast and win. Sometimes you run fast and you just lose that day. So, I just try to focus on myself and my lane, and I try to figure out what I did wrong to be able to win the next race. And like maybe if I'm running a sprint race, like maybe my drive phase wasn't that good, or I wasn't focused on my lane, and me and my coach will talk about it. And then we go to practice and we try to work on that so that when I get in the next race, I don't make that same mistake and I can keep like progressing forward. But, you know, I never like to lose, but sometimes losing can teach you a few lessons, and it'll keep, you know, the fire lit inside of you so that you can go back home and get some more work in and hopefully run faster.
With me, last week I had 2 meets for TAF.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's actually called, but I remember that it was TAF. And I did the 100 and 200 as normal. And on Thursday was what was it called?
District.
The
Regionals.
District regionals. Mm-hmm. And for that, I placed second in the 100 in my heat and 6th overall. So I qualified. And the 200, I did 3rd in my heat and 7th overall. But then when I came back on Saturday, I lost and I got mad and sad.
But tell her who you were running against. Like, tell her how old you are, what you were doing.
I had to run against 14U, and I'm 12.
Oh, you're running with the big girls. My dad used to make us do that. My sister was older than I was, so I always had to run with her. But then, and I would lose. The older girls would beat me. But it made me better because then when I went back with my age group, then I was smacking on them. And that's running. If you're running with the older girls, you know, and they're beating you and you're losing a little bit, it hurts. Like, yeah, you'll be mad and you'll be sad. But then when you get with your age group, you'll be blowing them away. And sometimes it's good to run with the older girls because then they make you run a little faster. They'll bruise you up some, but it'll be good when you go back to your age. And then like when you start 7th grade and you're running school track, you'll be way ahead of the people in your grade because you've been running with the older girls. I ran TAF growing up too. Mm-hmm.
That's super dope.
She had one more question.
Y'all got some more questions, Tam and Carolyn? Okay.
Who do you look up to as a runner?
Let's see. Who do I look up to? I would say that probably I didn't look up to that many people in the track world. It was more like I looked up to Kobe Bryant, Serena Williams, like people outside. Because I think as athletes, you can look up, you know, it doesn't have to be just people in your sport. But I just like how they're always themselves, like unapologetically themselves. It doesn't matter, you know, what people on the outside have to say. It does, as long as, you know, they have their support system, they go out there, they perform, they show us what it's like to be winners, like in sports and outside of sports, like they're helping other people, bringing, you know, people along that don't have the same things that they have. And I think for me, that's really cool. Like having younger people look up to you and ask you questions and you being able to help them and guide them so that they don't make the same mistakes that you made, and it makes their life a little easier. They do that, and I want to do that. I think that's very admirable. So I would say that's who I look up to. Damn, thank you.
And let me say this. I'm gonna flip the script just for a second because I see my boy Scooby just checked in. Like her dad and I went to college together, but I think he was what was he, a safety? Scooby, what was you on the team? I know it was something that requires running. I don't know if he was a safety.
Cornerback, probably.
Yeah, cornerback, yeah. But he was quick. And that boy was always ripped. You know what I'm saying? So the lineage just passed through him, went to her. And like I said, she about to change the world, man, with this Black Girl Magic, man. And again, the young ladies that you're inspiring, I got 2 right here. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing that, you know, because they eyes are big and they glowing and they getting a chance to talk to a superstar. So that's just really awesome. Super duper dope. Awesome.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, I like talking with the younger people and just with people in general. Like, whatever y'all put your mind to, y'all can do it. Like, if somebody tell you, "Oh, you're not fast enough," or "Oh, you're not strong enough," you are. Like, as a little girl, a black girl, like you could do whatever you put your mind to. You can go to college. You could be a doctor. You could be an Olympian. Like, you can do it. It don't matter what the world tell you. And so, thank you. I haven't always worn my natural hair. I started wearing my natural hair probably my sophomore year of college, and then I started seeing a lot of other people start doing it. So, same thing too. Like, our natural hair is fire. Don't let anybody tell y'all natural hair ain't fire. Y'all can wear y'all hair how it comes out of your scalp, and it looks beautiful, and just rock it. And that's what I do. And so, if it can encourage other people to do that, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No doubt. So I definitely wanted to take some time and talk about what happened at the Olympic trials that got like national coverage, and how this incident actually changed some of the rules at the Olympics. And if this wouldn't have ever happened, somebody else could have fell victim, and ran into a problem joining the Olympics. Can you kind of, Ashana, you got the pictures and stuff? So I'm gonna show you this picture right here, and I can imagine it's probably difficult even talking about it. But tell us what was going on here, because a lot of people from the news coverage and stuff, they didn't really get and I've been told this is not a good indication of what actually happened at the Olympics trials. And this is in Oregon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's tough. Okay, so yeah, in Oregon, the weekend that I was slated to compete, the last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, there was like a heat advisory, and they knew this going into the track meet. They changed some of the distance events from late afternoon and evening to the morning, and they did that a few days out. But they didn't change our event, even though we're outside for like 6 hours. They didn't change our event. So I competed day one. I actually competed very well. I was in second place going into day two, and top three make the team. And then on day two, I long jumped and I dropped to fourth, but I was still in the mix. Like, I think I was only 8 points behind third place, which is like a sniff. That's not even like you could snap faster than you could gain 8 points. But during the javelin, when we were warming up for the javelin, like, I threw the javelin, and I think this is the part that they showed on TV. I threw a warm-up throw in the javelin, and then I kind of fell on the ground. It kind of looked like I tripped.
Right.
And then I got back up, and I was trying to walk across the track to where my coach was, because he was asking me, he was like, "Are you okay? Like, what's wrong?" He was like, "You need to stop walking." And as soon as I stopped walking, I bent over, and I just passed out. And I think at that time it was like 108 degrees or something like that.
108? Oh my God.
Yes, but on the actual track surface, there's a picture a photographer took. It was like 148 degrees, like on the actual track.
On the actual ground.
Yeah, on the ground, it was 148 degrees. And we're standing on the track, so we're absorbing, all that heat. So I passed out. And from what like my family and my coach tell me, because this part I wasn't there to know, like no medical help was there. My coach and my dad and sisters jumped across the fence, and they were trying to help me. But I guess I laid on the track for about 5 minutes before I was taken away in the wheelchair. So I had some burns like on my back.
I'm sure you did. God damn.
Yeah, I was just laying there. And then once they took me away in the wheelchair, they threw me into a cold tub. So that's when I kind of like woke up, is when I was thrown into like a cold tub. They just put my whole body in there and was like trying to cover me up with ice. And then they took me out. And I think at that time my core temperature had dropped way down. So then they were trying to warm me back up and put in like hot towels and hot covers. But it took about 25 minutes for an ambulance to get there. Wow. And then once the ambulance got there, then I went to the hospital. And I was pretty much done after that. But it was a really unfortunate situation because, USA Track and Field knew it was going to be hot. They changed some of the running events already, but they didn't change hours. And then immediately after that happened, they postponed the rest of the track meet and waited until later that night to run the rest of the running events, including the event that I was in. They postponed the rest of our event until later that evening. So I didn't get to finish. And it was unfortunate, but I think they definitely could have done a better job. And still, even now, they still don't see their fault, I would say.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, we're sorry. We have psychologists if you want to talk to somebody. It's like, no, it's past now. But I'm still recovering from that. I went overseas and competed a little bit a week later.
Right.
I did not do well. I was having chronic headaches, and I still have headache now. And today, and it's 8:55 at night, almost 4 weeks later. Sunday will be 4 weeks later, and I still have headaches. So I've been having to go to the doctor and get checkups, and we've been having to monitor practice and whatnot because it's been really hard, even just making it through practice because the headache is so bad.
So did they diagnose you with heat stroke, heat exhaustion, or something like that?
They said heat exhaustion, and a heat stroke incident. That's what the doctor at the track meet said. My doctor here that I went and saw yesterday, actually, he said that I was probably towing the line of a heat stroke, which is why I'm still having side effects now almost a month later. And he said it's just going to take some time. That essentially I have a brain injury. He said it's very similar to a concussion. When you get that close to a heat stroke, it just messes up your brain, and your brain just has to readjust and get back to normal, but it could take some time. So I'm struggling with it. I'm supposed to go back overseas on August 22nd. We'll see how that goes, but I'm still just trying to get back up to speed because my body's just not there yet. At practice, I'm not running as fast as I was before. Like I said, I'm still barely making it through practice. So it's a day by day type of thing.
Yeah, I think you keep at it because I had a stroke and had to learn how to walk.
Johnny, come in the picture. We can't see you.
Yeah.
But you can hear me though, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I had a stroke after I had the baby girl. And it was it's a brain injury, but I lost my ability to talk, walk, write, all that, read, everything. But just, I kept going and going and going. And it took some time. It took me a couple of years to get back to. Well, I started walking in about 8 months because I was like, "No, we're not gonna be in the wheelchair. I can't have no walker. I got little babies. I want to, do stuff with them." But I just stayed at it, and now I'm in the gym working out. Back in my thing, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, but that's encouraging.
And it didn't take this long to get there. I probably was back to doing everything I was doing before, maybe a year and a half or so. It wasn't that long.
Right. But that's encouraging to hear. Because, when you're in the situation, it's just oh, is this ever going to end? And you almost can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're just living it day by day. And it's oh gosh, I was doing so much better than this. But yeah, I'm just, I take it day by day. And some days it's better than others. But for the most part, I'm still trying to recover from that.
Yeah, I would say push yourself, but when your body is okay, we got to stop, because sometimes I would keep pushing myself and then relapse.
Right. And I think that kind of happened yesterday at practice. And it was my first day really back at practice. And I think I pushed it just a little too far, and I started having it was almost like a panic attack because it was oh, this is the same thing that was happening at trials.
Yeah.
So then I think today I woke up with a headache, and I think part of that is because of practice yesterday. But today was a little better, but I think it's just figuring out that fine line. Okay, when do I need to stop? And as athletes, that's hard because you don't want to stop. in my head, I'm like, well, if I'm not practicing, somebody somewhere is getting better than I am. So
Yeah.
it's
Right.
hard.
Mhm.
It's hard to identify that point, but in the long run, it'll be better for me. I just, take it slow and just make sure I'm fully healthy before I'm going 110% again.
Right. Yeah, and you will know. So I have a
Stay
question.
hydrated.
And the girls are probably gonna ask when we get off, they're gonna ask me this, so I'm gonna ask you. But because my Carly, this is Carly right here, the oldest, she asked me this. I'm sorry, Lightning. Her name is Lightning. She's Lightning, okay? You didn't know that? Yeah, she's
No,
Lightning. Yes, honey, she's Lightning on the track. You didn't see her Instagram post?
well, I know she went hard. She in the race. I know that, but I didn't know that was her name.
She
Lightning.
said,
Okay.
"It's your girl Lightning checking in, and this what I did, and y'all catch me on it." Just she go all the way.
Better recognize.
Yeah.
That's what-
But she asked me about being a professional athlete, and her question was, how do y'all get paid?
So we mostly run in Europe, and a lot of people, you run for a shoe company. So you might run for Nike or Adidas. I run for Asics, and they pay you kind of like a base salary, like a job. It is your job. So they pay you a base salary, but then you also get paid to run at the actual track meets in Europe. So you get paid for first, you get a certain amount. Second place, you get a certain amount. It just depends, what place you get in the track meet and what track meet it is. Some track meets pay more than others, but it's called a circuit. So when you go to Europe, most times when I go to Europe, I'll go for about 6 weeks, and you just go from track meet to track meet. So how you're used to running track meets on Saturdays and Sundays. In Europe, you can run on Monday, and then you run again. Like you might run Monday in France, and then on Wednesday you go to Scotland and you run, and then you fly to Belarus, and then you run on Thursday. So you're just constantly like traveling, running, and depending on too how good you are or what events you're doing, you can also get paid for an appearance fee. So you might say, like, if you're really good and they say, oh, we want you to come and run in our track meet, depending on who you are, you could tell them like, well, I'm not coming unless y'all pay me $25,000 just to be there. Like to not even step foot and actually race, I need $25,000 to come.
Man, hold up.
I haven't made it to that
about.
point yet, but there are people, that can do that. Or sometimes I've gotten appearance fee before for doing multiple events, but your agent just kind of, they negotiate that, and you get paid to do that, and you get paid to travel. And when you go over there, the meets pay for all your food and your hotel room and whatnot. So you just get to see a lot of different countries, and you get to go a lot of different places and meet new people and see different cultures. Yeah, it's fun. These pictures, y'all can't really see them, but these pictures on this wall back here are all like pictures that I took of different, just on my phone, of different places like in Europe. And like you go places and you see castles and all kinds of stuff. It's wild.
Well, there's this girl named Carly Lightning I'm representing. She needs $10,000 to come. If you want Carly Lightning at your track meets, you CL Smooth, we call her.
Yo.
It's 10 grand.
Oh yes.
He has a lot of goals, because that was when we were watching the trials, there was one girl that ran the 200 with Alice and Felix. That did she just finish medical school? Do you remember?
Gabby Thomas. She graduated from Harvard.
Yes, that's
like
it.
A biomedical something smart.
Yeah, and so Carly was like that because she wants to be a pediatrician. So she was like, "Well, can I do that and do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can do it. It's just some work."
It's work, but you can do it. I mean, we see Gabby. She graduated, like I said, with some biomedical engineering degree. I have a master's and a bachelor's degree, and I got both of those while I was running track for the university. while that was free.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Got both of those while they're free. So it's definitely doable. It's just work. Like you just have to know, like, okay, I need to study for this amount of time and then I got practice from this amount of time. You really have to manage your time wisely, but it's definitely doable.
Somebody
asked wear and tear on your body. It is. It's tough. But when you're traveling, that's why you go to Europe and you stay for so long, because you get the long flight out of the way. So it might be a 16-hour trip over. But then once you're there, going from France to Germany is like going from Arkansas to Texas. It's probably like an hour flight.
Yeah.
It's all very close. So once you're over there, it's not bad, but getting adjusted to the time zones and whatnot initially is hard because your body might want to go to sleep, but once you get there, it's 10 a.m. But that's because your body thinks it's 3 a.m. back at home. So that's probably the hardest part.
Have you learned any foreign languages while you're over there?
I have not. Because you're not in one place long enough.
Yeah.
It seems like Spanish is that my agent speaks fluent Spanish. She's a black man, speaks fluent Spanish. But when we go to a place where they speak Italian, the language is so similar that he can basically speak Italian too. And he's older, so he's picked up on some like French words and whatnot, but I haven't been over long enough to learn.
Nice.
OP got a question going forward. He from Fallstown too. He said, going forward, how will you adjust your training?
Adjusted in what way? I think this year I was in the best shape of my life at Olympic trials. I was ready to go. So really in years moving forward, it's just doing the same thing. Like starting the year in a better place than I was the year before so that there is room to grow and that we're not having to work on the same things that we did the year before. But yeah, just getting back to where I was once I feel like mentally, I think that'll be good for us. But just working on the stuff that needs more work. My shot put and javelin and 800 are the three biggest events that have the most room for improvement. So going into Worlds next year or trials next year to make the world team, I think that's something that we're really going to focus on to just give me, the best shot again, and not, having to worry about just making top 3. Like I'm trying to blow y'all out.
That's what it is, and that's what you're gonna do. That's what it is. Look, hey, T, we appreciate your time. We appreciate the vision. We appreciate watching you. We appreciate what's to come. And we definitely appreciate having you on Big Bink's Break Room podcast. Continue success. And I'll just say this. I lived 6 years in Columbus, Ohio. So we got a mutual friend.
We do have
yes, we do. And I lived in Indianapolis for a year and a half. So we have a mutual friends. And when I go to the game, I'm going to holler at him and tell him congratulations. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So,
yes,
absolutely.
Sir. Thank you so much for having me. Yes.
Thank you. More to come. And we look forward to seeing you again. Continued success.
Well,
hey, let me get the social media.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up there. Carly just followed you. And if you would, please follow her back and encourage her every now and then. We only have 2 weeks left of summer track, and then they get a month off, but they train year round. So I don't know if he's going to do any indoor meets this year, but when they go back in September, they're going to start training her for the hurdles too.
Oh, go do that, girl. You can do it. Hurdles will be fun. I think that's probably one of the most fun events in the sport. So we'll have a lot of fun. But thank y'all for having me. Yeah,
thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did that wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna help
right there.
It's love _, not hyphen. It's love _
Yeah, love _. Yeah, she got 39,000. I'm gonna help push you over 40 right now. I'm gonna help push you over. I'm gonna get you over that 40 mark right there. I just got that follow right there.
Follow our homegirl. Follow our homegirl. Keep up with her. Like I say, keep doing your thing, babe. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Congratulations, Tilyah Brooks, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Take care, baby.
Y'all have a good night.
You too. We appreciate you. All right. Yeah, man. That's good stuff, man. That's Black Girl Magic right there. Carly, you was talking to a superstar. Now you're gonna be a superstar, Carly. It's on and cracking.
They so. Now she about to post something on Instagram about it. Watch.
Yeah, now she's smiling. Y'all couldn't even crack a smile. Boy, I tell you.
She try to be so serious. She don't know when to have fun. But I bet she gonna chop up this video and put it on to show that she was talking to her.
I'm loving her hair on her Instagram. Man, her hair on Instagram is
super dope.
She looks like the Erykah Badu of track.
She looks super dope, man. And I want to see her win. And you know, it's great that she could be on our podcast. And more things to come from her. So I'm just glad we was able to catch her because she's gonna go through the stratosphere in a minute. So all right.
I just saw that high jump footage. If she's still watching, that's dope. That high jump is you got that. Oh man.
Yeah, Carly used to do you did the long jump. That's what she started out doing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if she's gonna do it again. Yeah, girl. Somebody you can reach out to. You can DM her.
You sure can.
Yeah, you ought to DM her and say, hey, holla at me. Keep up with the girl. Keep up with Lightning on the track.
And you never know. She in Dallas from time to time. You know what I'm saying? She might come to one of your track meets. You never know.
Mm-hmm. So. You never know. So...
And now that she's off, I can say this without sounding like a creep, but she's a beautiful woman too.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's awesome.
Yeah. Because just looking at her pictures now, I'm just like, I'm just struck by like, wow, she could, if she ever gets out of track, she's got another career like a broadcast and something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Doing some other stuff because she has a look for television too as well.
Definitely.
But cool.
All right. Well, look.
Somebody asked the question. Kathy asked, did she ever participate in the Texas relays when she was younger? It looks like she did. She did the events. She has a picture in front of the thing for the Texas relay. So
yeah, she could have been there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Will you stop touching me and doing that while I'm on the air?
All right. I think that's the key. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Can I walk by? Why would you ask me that when I'm live?
I love your signage in the background. I love it.
I know. Isn't it beautiful? I need a 9 to beat one. I'll put it on the other side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now look, tomorrow, same time. Oh, before I get out of here, right here.
Oh,
30th anniversary. 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Boys in the Hood came out. Saw this in TJ Maxx Ross for $7.
And you know what? Anytime I see it, I still stop and watch it.
Oh, absolutely. Happy 30th anniversary to Boys in the Hood, a movie that changed the world. And that cast, a lot of them are still working today, making moves in the world.
And shout out to Ice Cube because he just had the Big 3 finals.
Yeah,
we didn't hear about it as much. Big.
You ain't lying. What?
Yeah, that's
I didn't even know it started.
Yeah, they're going. I don't know if it was the finals or maybe it was just the game that I was watching, but he's back at it.
Yeah, but he's doing good with that though. I'm glad he's keeping that going and is doing well. And it is something that a lot of people like, that 3-on-3 old school basketball. And so good for Q.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, tomorrow's another day. We thank y'all so much for checking out the break room, hanging out with us. Our special guest Tilyah Brooks, track and field icon. Young, gifted, and black, right here on the podcast, right here on the Media Room 360, Black Girl Magic. We will see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Tomorrow, Friday. No, we won't see y'all tomorrow.
No, tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
We're almost there. Almost there.
Y'all have a great week. I'm through. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you later. Go
Hey, how you doing? What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.